Hello, and welcome to episode 18 of the Terry Koss Show, a wrestling podcast. I'm your host, Terry Koss, and today I'd like to take a look at the Raw and SmackDown Live after Mania and the Raw and SmackDown Superstar Shakeup. So let's start off with the Raw after Mania. This takes place on April the 3rd, 2017 from Orlando, Florida. In the first match, the Hardy Boys, who made their return at WrestleMania, it was originally supposed to be a three-team ladder match for the Raw Tag Team titles. Cesaro and Sheamus versus Enzo and Big Cass versus the champs, Gallows and Anderson. So all three are in the ring, and the New Day comes out, and you think, oh, well, the New Day's are the hosts of WrestleMania, so you think, oh, the New Day are going to be the fourth team. And then they say the Hardys. And, of course, I just lost everybody. It was really exciting to see the Hardys back again, and they ended up winning the tag team titles. They defeat the New Day with a twist of fate and a swanton bomb. Mr. McMahon comes out and says that next week we'll see a superstar shakeup. Raw people going to SmackDown Live people going to Raw. He has to name a new general manager and names Kurt Angle, and of course the place just goes nuts, which is awesome. The New Day comes out, issues an open challenge, and out comes the Revival, Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder, the two-time NXT Tag Team Champions. They come out to a great response. These guys really remind me of, especially Scott Dawson really reminds me of Arn Anderson, like picking a body part, sticking with it, cutting the ring in half. They're just an awesome team, and they defeated the New Day with the Shatter Machine, so that's pretty cool. Our main event was supposed to be Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe versus Seth Rollins and Chris Jericho, but before the match could start, Samoa Joe beat up Chris Jericho, and Kevin Owens put him through a table. So it looks like it's going to be 2-on-1. All of a sudden, out comes the returning Finn Balor to, again, a great response. Good match between this four. Balor ends up getting the win for his team with the coup de grace. Now take a look at the SmackDown after WrestleMania. This took place on April 4th, 2017 from Orlando, Florida. Kurt Hawkins issued an open challenge, which was accepted by Ty Dillinger. Of course, the crowd just goes nuts, with the 10 chance, Ty Dillinger being the perfect 10. I think it's awesome that he's finally made it to the main roster. He ends up beating him with the tiebreaker, and of course, the 10 chants just go, 10, 10, 10, 10. Of course, people are just going nuts about it. It looks like John Cena and Nikki Bella are coming out, but it's the Miz and Maurice, and they're like, oh, we're going to go to Raw, and all of a sudden, you hear a violin starting, and the people are just like, oh, what's going on? All of a sudden, out comes Lee England Jr., the violin player on Shinsuke Nakamura's music, and then comes Shinsuke Nakamura. The crowd goes absolutely insane. Shinsuke Nakamura is one of a kind. He's just, I don't know how to describe him. If you've never seen Shinsuke Nakamura, you've got to see him for yourself. Just the reaction he gets from the fans, and the way he carries himself in the ring, and it's just awesome. And so, that was the SmackDown after WrestleMania. Now taking a look at Raw, the April 10th, 2017 edition of Raw. This was the beginning of the Superstar Shakeup. Miz and Maurice came out dressed as John Cena and Nikki Bella, and, ran them down and made fun of them, that kind of thing. Dean Ambrose comes out. So Dean Ambrose has come to Raw with the Intercontinental Championship. We have Bayley and Sasha Banks come out. Sasha congratulating Bayley, on retaining the Raw Women's Championship. And all of a sudden, out comes Mickie James. So Mickie James has come from SmackDown Live to Raw. She says her little thing. Next comes Alexa Bliss, has come from SmackDown Live to Raw. Roman Reigns is getting interviewed by Michael Cole on beating The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Braun Strowman comes out, beats the tar out of him. Roman is then put on a stretcher, which Strowman throws over a ledge, a little kind of ledge in the arena. And, of course, Reigns is just knocked out, so Reigns gets put on another stretcher. He gets put in another ambulance. Braun Strowman says, get out of my way. actually lifts up the ambulance and flips it over. Like that's just insane strength. That was pretty insane. Our main event was the Hardys and Cesaro and Sheamus versus the Shining Stars and the Club. During the middle of the match, we see Elias Sampson, known as the Drifter in NXT. He looks like a drifter, has a guitar, just kind of goes across the entranceway. Like, the announcers know who he is. Not really any big mention made of him, but he's there. The Hardys and Sheamus and Cesaro win with Jeff hitting the Swanton Bomb. Now taking a look at the SmackDown Live from April 11th, 2017. Also part of the Superstar Shakeup, we have Byron Saxton joining the announce team. The show opens with Kevin Owens, who is now on SmackDown Live and brings with him the United States Championship. Then out comes Baron Corbin saying, "I can beat you," and then out comes Sami Zayn, who has come from Raw to SmackDown Live. Excuse me. AJ Styles then comes out and saying they all want to be the number one contender for the United States Championship. Daniel Bryan makes a triple threat match between AJ Styles, Baron Corbin, and Sami Zayn, where the winner becomes the number one contender for the United States Championship. Now, since Payback is a Raw pay-per-view, and the match was made Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, of course, gets his rematch for the United States Championship. Whoever wins that match will come to SmackDown with the United States Championship, as the Intercontinental Championship is on Raw. We see Jinder Mahal on SmackDown Live. Come from Raw to SmackDown Live. He has a match against Mojo Rawley. Mojo Rawley, of course, won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania. Jinder Mahal on the outside during the Battle Royal got into a little bit of a heated argument with Rob Gronkowski. Football player for the New England Patriots, good friend of Mojo Rawley. Jinder got in his face. Gronk threw a drink at Gronk. Gronk came in the ring. He hit him with a 3-point stance. Mojo ended up winning it, so they have a rematch. Jinder, of course, then again goes out and has some words with Gronk. Gronk throws a beer at him. Mojo hits him with this awesome right hand, ends up getting the win, and so it was pretty cool. Shane McMahon comes out and has a state of address for the women's division. Brings out the women's champion Naomi, Natalya, Carmella with James Ellsworth, and Becky Lynch. Now he says, we got a new woman coming to SmackDown. Her father was a Hall of Famer. She's second generation wrestler. Out comes Tamina, the daughter of the late Jimmy Superfly Snuka. And the crowd's thinking, well, and Shane's like, you were expecting somebody else, weren't you? So then he announces Charlotte Flair, who is now on SmackDown Live, coming from Raw. Next up, we have Tom Phillips saying, the guys that are coming to SmackDown Live. Sin Cara coming to SmackDown Live from Raw. Rusev coming to SmackDown Live from Raw. Then later on, we have a little video package that Lana is coming to SmackDown Live for Raw. Dolph Ziggler's in the ring, talks about how he's so great, he should be, WWE champion, all that kind of stuff. Then Shinsuke Nakamura comes out again, crowd goes nuts, and Dolph Ziggler says, "Who do you think you are?" And then Shinsuke Nakamura takes the mic from him, says, "I am Shinsuke Nakamura." Dolph is about to super kick him. Shinsuke gets his foot, and the people just go friggin' insane. It was pretty cool. Nakamura is just awesome. What more can I say? And for the main event, there's a little promo saying that the New Day are coming to SmackDown Live from Raw. So that's been all the Superstar Shakeups. The guys coming to SmackDown Live to Raw, and the guys coming from Raw to SmackDown Live. We have a triple threat match where whoever wins becomes the number one contender to the United States Championship. Baron Corbin versus Sami Zayn versus AJ Styles. Really cool match. Sami hits an awesome Blue Thunder Bomb, and AJ gets 2. Baron hits a deep 6 on Zayn, only gets 2. Zayn does a cool moonsault to the outside. He hits Corbin with a haluva kick, and AJ hits Sami Zayn with a phenomenal forearm, gets 3, and becomes the number 1 contender to the United States Championship. Well, that'll about do it for me for this week. I'd like to thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you had as much fun listening to me as I did talking to you. Be sure to follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/Terry Koss Show Podcast, and on Twitter at Cheeto Koss. That's CheetoKoss. Of course, as always, if you see a really good match, send a link my way. If you hear a really good theme song, send a link my way. Be sure to like and subscribe, and share this video with any wrestling fan. The more ears I get on this podcast, the better. So, for Terry Koss, I've been Terry Koss. I'll see you next time.